So around 2 months ago, I uploaded my latest What's on my phone video, which featured the setup you're currently seeing on screen, created using the OnePlus launcher itself. Now in that video, I said that if it reached 4,000 likes, then I would go about creating a step-by-step instructional video unpacking how to recreate this setup on your own phones. And not too long ago, the video did indeed cross 4,000 likes, much faster than I anticipated, so well done you. But here we are with the full tutorial, so let's dive in and get our phone set up. So we're going to start with how the OnePlus launcher looks by default when you load your OnePlus device up for the very first time. And let's start by jumping into our settings to get everything set up correctly here first. So let's start by turning off this add icon to home screen option. Then we'll head into our icon pack settings and change the icon to the white icon pack, which of course will be linked below. Then we'll check that to set it and jump back into our settings. Now we'll tap on our home screen layout menu and change the grid size to 5:6. We'll then change our icon size to the smaller setting here, and then we'll also hide our app names as well. We'll lock that in by tapping the checkmark icon, and now it's time to start removing everything that is on the home screen by default. So all of our widgets, the apps on the home screen, and the apps on the dock, and this will give us a completely clean slate to set things up exactly how we want it. Hey, real quick, before we move on, just wanted to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, Hostinger. If you're someone who needs to build a website, or perhaps you already have a website, but you're looking for a platform to host it, well, Hostinger is one of the best and most affordable platforms that will take care of all of the heavy lifting for you. Their servers are extremely fast and they offer a 99.9% uptime guarantee, meaning your website will be reliably active and fast to navigate for anyone who chooses to visit it. As well as that, the platform is incredibly easy to use and they have high quality 24/7 chat support 365 days a year. They also offer a free domain and free SSL encryption to anyone who signs up to their platform. And if you're still unsure, then they also give you a 30-day money-back guarantee so you can try the platform stress-free. Now, the best part is that Hostinger is offering huge discounts to anyone who signs up using my link down in the description below. In fact, up to 91% off if you choose a yearly hosting plan. So make sure you check out that link and get your website online today. So let's first load in the wallpaper that we're going to be using, which I have linked down below. I got it from the Wallpy app though, if you are interested in finding similar wallpapers. And we'll just make sure to set it as the backdrop for both the home screen and the lock screen. Now that that's done, we'll load in our first widget here by long pressing the screen, coming down to the KWGT section and dragging a 2x2 widget to the top of our home screen. Now we'll resize it so that it fills out the entire width of our screen, and we'll extend the bottom of the widget size by 1 grid length. We'll now tap on that and launch into the KWGT menu. So the first widget comes from the Shadow KWGT pack and it's widget 001. So we'll tap on that and then we'll head over to the layer tab and tap here where it says scale. We'll adjust this number to 65, then we'll head back and go over to our globals tab and we'll switch off the FX card toggle to remove the white glow drop shadow, which will just flatten out the appearance of the widget just a touch. Now we'll go back to the items tab and tap on the overlap group. Then we'll go to the layer tab and change the scale setting to 106. Then we'll go to the position tab and change the Y offset setting to 160 to set it right to the bottom of this widget. Then we'll go to the items tab and select card 1, and then we'll go to the touch menu and tap the plus icon up the top here, then tap where it says none and then none again, and change this action to launch shortcut. Then we'll tap the shortcut space below that, scroll down to the settings shortcuts, and then scroll down and select battery. Then we'll head back twice and tap on card 2. Once again, over to the touch tab and we'll hit the plus icon, then again where it says none, then none again. And then this time we'll change the action to launch app. Now from the app menu, we'll scroll all the way down to the Frog Weather shortcut application. And this has been linked below if you don't already have this installed. Okay, let's head back twice and this time tap the bottom overlay group. We'll head over to the touch menu, tap the plus icon and the 2 none buttons, and then change this action to launch app. And then from the app selector, we'll scroll down and select calendar. Then we'll go back into that overlap group and select the time text layer, the one right down the bottom, jump over to the touch tab, go through the menus to select the launch app action again, and we'll scroll down to the clock. Okay, now we'll save that widget, we'll head back home and we'll tap on each component of the widget, so the battery information, the weather information, the date, and the clock, just to make sure that each component of the widget opens up the correct app or shortcut. And as you can see, this is indeed the case here with my widget, so now we're ready to move on. Okay, now we'll head into our app drawer and we'll start bringing in each of the icons that are going to sit on our home screen. So for me, it's the Messages app, the Gmail application, the phone application, the YouTube Creator Studio app, Twitter, and Google Maps, and these are laid out, as you can see, in a 3x2 configuration. Then we'll long press our home screen again, and we'll head into the widget selector menu, and we'll scroll down and insert a 1x1 KWGT widget. We'll long press to resize and just widen the width out so it lines up with the above icons. Then we'll tap on that and head into the KWGT menu. So from here, we're going to set up our search icon widget by going into the Waffle KWGT pack and selecting widget 35. You may need to scroll down a fair bit to find it. Once you've selected it, we'll then tap on this stack group here, then select the top stack group and delete it. Then tap on the remaining stack group, select the bottom stack group here and delete that as well. Then we'll swipe over to the layer tab and set the margin to 200. Then we'll go over to the position tab and set the top padding to 75. Now we'll head back to the items tab and tap on this overlap group. Then we'll go over to this overlap group's layer tab and set the scale to 175. Then swipe over to the position tab and set the T padding to 0 and the B padding to 25. Now we'll go back to the items tab, tap on this top shape layer here and swipe over to the paint tab. We'll tap the color selector here, drag this over to the white, then tap the white box to select that as the new color. Then we'll head back and tap this bottom icon here, head over to the paint tab and change this color to black. Now we'll head back and all we need to do now is swipe over to the touch layer, tap where it says launch app, then we'll tap where it says launch app again and change this to launch activity. Now we'll tap where it says Google and come all the way down to the Google section, tap on that and select the option that ends with query entry activity. The idea here is that it will launch straight into the typing action for a Google search rather than just a full screen Google page. So let's save that and come back home and we'll tap that widget to make sure that it works. And lo and behold, there we go. Okay, with that done, let's go about creating our second page. We'll first need to long press our home screen to select the widgets menu, and then we'll swipe down and select a 2x2 KWGT widget and drag it over to create a second page. Then we'll expand the size of this so that it fills the entire width of this home screen. Okay, let's tap on that, and here we're going to use another shadow KWGT widget. This one is widget 013. So we'll select that, then I'll swipe over to the layer tab and set the scale to 70. Then I'll go over to our globals and turn off this FX card toggle here to again remove that white drop shadow. While we're here, we'll swipe over to our touch page, tap the menu here, then tap where it says custom action and change this to launch app. Then we're going to once again select the frog weather shortcut application as the app to launch. Then we'll go back to our items tab, tap on this overlap group here, and I'm going to select the top and bottom layers and delete both of them. Then I'll tap on the new bottom widget here, the one labeled W2, swipe over to the position tab, and I'll change the top padding to 550 so it lines up with the widget on the left. Then we'll head back and then over to our position tab and change the Y offset to -20. Then we'll save that, come back home and make sure that that works as expected, which it does. Okay, now we'll start loading in this page's icons. So this time it's a 3x3 configuration. I first got the Play Store, then the YouTube app, then Instagram, then Google Chrome, WhatsApp, and Microsoft Outlook, then Spotify, Pocket Casts, and finally a shortcut to my work timetable, which I've created using the Shortcut Creator application. And then I've changed the icon to a timetable looking icon within the white icon pack. And that is it for our two home screens. The next step is to launch into our app drawer, swipe left to access the hidden space, and I'm going to select every single app that I don't need direct access to. So background apps, customization apps, and any bloatware or apps that are doubled up that I don't use, they all get put into this hidden space, which helps to keep my app drawer nice and tidy so I don't spend ages sifting through it to find the apps that I actually want. This is seriously an amazing feature, and I wish that Google would implement this with their own Pixel launcher. Now, the last thing to do here is to replace all of these app icons with icons from the white icon pack. So this is a fairly monotonous process. You simply long press an icon, tap on the edit button, and select your icon pack of choice. Sometimes an icon will be suggested for you at the top, which is so great when that happens, but other times you'll have to sift through until you find an icon that kind of looks like the app it's representing. And this is because the icon pack itself is yet to officially support that application. Now, I'm not going to bore you with that entire process in this video, so that is it for the entire home screen setup using the OnePlus launcher itself. If I could request two small things from OnePlus. It would first be to give us an even wider range of grid sizes to choose from, even just an option to have 6 icons horizontally across, and also to give us an option to either hide the dock altogether or at least to hide this little swipe up arrow icon, which I think kind of takes away from the really clean look of this home screen setup. Oh, and if they could give us support for custom folder icons, then that would be an absolute game changer. But that's it for my home screen setup. I hope this has been helpful in getting your own home screen setup to look like mine. And if there are any issues, definitely feel free to drop a comment down below and I'll do my best to hit you up with a response. Aside from that, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Hostinger, for the support, and I will catch you later.